Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Makeba Williams, and my mission is to cathartically implement health and wellness practices while pivoting through life lessons of building wealth and achieving philanthropic experiences. And as a result, I ultimately ascend to a meaningful lifestyle of higher places and remarkable spaces while making a difference. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Makeba Williams, coming out of beautiful, beautiful Atlanta. And today, in this video, we're going to focus on manifestation. Everybody's talking about manifestation, right?
Manifestation, 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 manifestation. It's like constant.
Everybody's talking about manifestation. And honestly, I think it's needed. I think it's necessary, especially how things are going. You know what I mean? Like how life is. People, I don't want to necessarily say they are losing hope per se, but it is my hope that we all focus on manifestation, but focus on manifestation the correct way. You know what I mean? Because manifestation, honestly, let me give you the definition of what manifestation is based on the dictionary, right? So let me read this definition. Now, as I've shared before, I have no contacts in, so I can't see anything, okay? So I'm gonna read this, and basically manifestation says, according to the dictionary, dictionary.com, so I'm gonna look at you and read. It's not much, okay? It says an event, action, or object that clearly shows or embodies something, especially a theory or an abstract idea, right? That's considered manifestation. So I'm gonna read it again. It says an event, action, or object that clearly shows or embodies something, especially a theory or an abstract idea. Now, what I'm not here to do, I'm not here to my hair. What I'm not here to do, I'm not here to give you 5 steps or 12 steps on how to manifest. No, that's not why I'm having this video. I'm creating this video, I'm sharing, and I've said this, and I'm gonna continuously repeat it, okay? It's on auto. I'm just constantly saying it. I am currently working on my transformation, right? I've been working on my transformation for years. You know, you're always elevating, right? You're always aiming higher. You're always quantum leaping, right? So where I am in my life, a lot of things I did the last 25 years, forget it. It's some things that is not meant for me that I did in my last 25 years. Absolutely not. And then there are some things that, let me close this. It's some things that it's essential that I either unlearn, deconstruct, and I reconstruct. I create this beautiful life, right, that I deserve. Now, I'm going to be authentic. I don't believe manifestation is just based on me saying something and that is it. I must do work. See, there's this thing called inspired action. That's when you're so inspired. You know, you're visualizing. You know, you can see yourself doing it. You know, you can, like, if it's I think of some things, like some women want a beautiful, the ladies will love a beautiful Birkin collection, or they will love a beautiful wardrobe. You know, they would love to have a beautiful wardrobe. I really don't want to put brands in there because I'm just giving you, that's what they visualize. They would love to have a beautiful collection of fragrances, right? That's inspired. They can see themselves spraying the fragrance or carrying their Birkin. You know, of course, I would say I would love to have, a Birkin collection, you know. But with me, I would like to start out with a peekaboo collection. So that's the visualization. You can see yourself carrying the bag. You can see yourself with your beautiful outfit on. Then you have massive action, right? Massive action is no longer inspired. You're actually implementing a system or a process. You're actually physically, you're going beyond the thought, beyond the idea. There is no longer an idea. This is when you actually begin to plan, right? Because you've already seen yourself do it in your mind. So now you're saying, okay, now it is time for me to put in the action to purchase the Peekaboo Fendi or the Birkin Hermes bag. Now it is time for you to say, okay, the Peekaboo, I think it's $5,800. What process you will use as positive, productive, do you get what I mean, profitable for you and your income? You know what I mean? What's going to be their return on investment where you've invested in it and there are no regrets? You know, you put a system in place, and it's not necessarily, it's just a thought. You're beyond the inspired. Now you're doing and taking massive action. And a lot of times, you know, people, unfortunately, they stay and remain in the inspired. They get captivated with the visualization of it and never come out and say, now I can see me owning this, right? Now let me put in the work. And I think a lot of times the work, it either make a person feel it's impossible, or they may say that is too much, it's overwhelming, or they may feel they're not chosen for it. So they actually really remain in inspired action versus massive action. And where I am in my life, I'm doing massive. Okay, massive. I'm doing massive. Now, I am not saying I haven't been doing massive. There are things I needed to do in my past to prepare me where I am now, right? There are things that I had to experience, I had to invest in. There were losses and gains. There were things there were assets and there were liabilities. So I had to experience that. That is something that I had to really, really experience to get me to where I am today. So again, I'm not teaching, okay? I'm not teaching how to manifest. I'm just gracefully and humbly, right? From my heart, opening up my world, and I'm sharing what I'm doing to have my massive action come to fruition. So let's be honest, without work, there are no rewards. Let's be honest, without work, there are no rewards. And there are scriptures in the Bible about this, ladies and gentlemen, and of course Judies. There are scriptures, you know what I mean? When you do not plan, there is failure. So basically, you know, without work, without implementation, what are the rewards? You know what I'm saying? That's why you will always remain in inspired action. And where I am in my life, as I shared, I want to continue on this massive action and do it with so much love and faith and implementation. You get what I'm saying? So I don't want you all to think I'm making this video to tell you the 30-something books I've read or currently reading to manifest, or the planner. That's not what this is about. This is me just opening up my world and sharing what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I'm getting so creative with it, and just listening to the divine downloads and really just falling in love with this process. You get what I'm saying? And you can't lose when you know you are in alignment. That's another thing. You must have alignment. You can't, I would not recommend for someone to do something and they're not in alignment. There's no alignment there. You know, what is the true intention? What is the true purpose behind it? You get what I mean? Everybody deserves success. Everybody deserves love. Everybody deserves whatever their heart desires, right? As long as there is alignment, you must have alignment. You get what I mean? Like, is it going to serve others? You get what I mean? Is it bringing total satisfaction? Are there any assets in it? You know, you have to look at that. And so a lot of times people, so let me give you an example. Like, we can use me as an example. I have been expressing own a $2.5 million home, right? And I'm in the inspired action phase of it. I'm just being inspired. However, quietly, peacefully, I am planning with massive action. You all just don't see what I'm doing. However, you have some people, they may say they want a $2.5 million home, and they have no massive action, no planning, no strategy, no systems, no processes. Now, I'm not saying this is impossible, right? Because that's not for me to do. I would be going into the space of judgment. Absolutely. However, it is essential that you have a way not only to purchase that $2.5 million home, right? Catch this, but sustain it. So let me give you an example. Someone may go to someone and say, okay, you want a $3 million home. I'll give you half of it. Now, that's no different than me. Somebody comes to me and say, okay, Makeba, you want a $2.5 million home. Absolutely. But what if they say I'll pay half of it? Okay. Now, I will say, hold on. Let me explain why. Because now I am responsible, right? And according to my plan, timing, alignment, right? Strategy. Because what happens is, yes, you deducted the 2.5. What we're talking about 1.2 now? 1.25 or something like that? I understand you deducted, right? But prior to you approaching me, listen to understand, not to react. I want y'all to carefully listen to me. You deducted half of it, absolutely. Beautiful blessing. But I want you to think about this. Prior to you approaching me, what plan, what timeline, what was my action to not only purchase the 2.5, but to sustain the 2.5? So it's not about, it's not necessarily am I ready, right? It's alignment. Because that person should be concerned, how you gonna sustain that 1.2 now? What about taxes? What about HOA? Do you get what I'm saying? And this is what I'm saying. People, a lot of times, they stay in the inspired, but they never look at the massive. So, with Makeba, y'all know I'm so dramatic. I'm very dramatic when I want. I'm moody though. I'm a Cancer. we can be moody. But when it's good, it's great. I feel, instead of saying, let me give you half, I'm going to give you half, but I'm going to deduct some of that so it can go towards your plan. So let's talk about your plan. Do you get it? And sometimes we get so caught up. Ooh, I'm getting half. I'm getting this 1.2 check. This $1.2 million check. Okay. And you go rush and get the 1.2 something home. But what about the other 1.2 something that you got to sustain and take care of. Do you get what I'm saying? What about the other half? So prior to them approaching, I understand, just like me, I'm not excluded from the list. What actions, what massive actions of implementing to make sure not only I can purchase the home, but sustain the home? Because I think it's so hurtful. This is very devastating. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, Judy, I'm going to tell you all. I'm going to use Spelman College as an example. I graduated from Spelman College, okay? So we're going to keep this very mild because it may be some people that may see this and it may trigger them. So I'd rather talk about college, right? Because with my audience, if you didn't go to college, right, I'm pretty sure you did something phenomenal or you're doing something phenomenal, right? We're all special. A lot of ladies think it's so difficult to get accepted into Spelman College, and it is extremely hard. They accept the best of the best. I agree. But what they don't understand, it's harder to graduate. Spelman expectations and standards are non-negotiable. They're non-negotiable. You must do the work, excel. And when you go in, this is my experience. I've said this time and time and time again, okay? When you attend Spelman College, it's like metamorphosis. If you don't know what that is, homework assignment, right? It's a cute homework assignment, but I'll tell you some of it. It's like a caterpillar. Caterpillar, slimy, it's yucky, it's when the metamorphosis is over, it's a butterfly, right? Give you that much, but there's more to it. So no different than purchasing your dream home. You get in the home, somebody bless you and say, I'll give you half, I'll give you 25% of it. But you gotta go back to the root, the foundation, and say what process you are going to use, implement, apply, right? That was going to help you purchase and sustain. You cannot ignore it. Or it'll be, unfortunately, some get accepted and they can't sustain. But Spelman, Spelman, our graduation rate is very high. We don't miss. So the point that I'm trying to say to you, right? Massive action is non-negotiable. It's non-negotiable. It's non-negotiable. And when it comes to manifestation, you have some phenomenal gurus out there teaching how to manifest. And you can go into the Bible, the spirituality of it. You can go into books, and I'm going to share close to 30 books. I'm going to read the title, give a little bit of the table of contents. Books I recommend, right? Now, this does not necessarily focus on, these are self-help books, personal development books. I have a video on books to support your vision, your life assignment on becoming a multimillionaire. Read a lot of books. I shared a lot of those, right? And I have so many more. This particular video, it's about self-help, personal development. So it's not exclusive to just how to become a multimillionaire, how to make wealth, how to make money, riches, wealth, become a millionaire, multimillionaire, billionaire, whatever it is, right? Whatever your heart desires. These books is more about abundance, prosperity. It's overall, right? Completion. Have some books on that too. So I just feel it's essential that when it comes to manifestation, affirmations are important. I am a multimillionaire. I own 30 million. I understand that. But what process will happen to happen. You know, some people say, oh, people play the lottery. That was a process. That was an action. You went and purchased a ticket. I've never played the lottery, okay? You went and purchased a ticket. That was your action. You purchased a ticket for $1 and you hit big. That was your action. You have some people say, oh, I hardly done anything. I just manifested and my relatives and I inherited. You know, it's a miracle. It was by design. It was your ancestors gave it to you. So there are many ways to do this. Now you have gurus out there that teaches this, and I recommend for you to go follow them and support them. I can name one. I have so much respect and love for the Perrys. We're talking about, of course, I respect the Perrys. We're talking about You Are Creators. You Are Creators. He's amazing. Him and his wife, they have some courses out there. They do events. His brand is called You Are Creators on YouTube. I recommend for you to go follow him. He will definitely teach you all the steps about manifestation. He's amazing at it, right? So now I've taken some courses. I had an opportunity to take a course from Bob Proctor before he passed. But when it comes to me manifesting, I do a plethora of things. To me, it has become a lifestyle. And it is just not me getting up in the morning, right? And I'm affirming, I'm saying, like I said, I am a $30 million earner annually. It's more than that. We're talking about your intake, your food, your thoughts, what you see, what you believe. It's so many things. It's how you want to look at it, how you want to fall in love with it. You can make this out to be a beautiful, sustainable game, right? But we're not talking about a game of risk. We're talking about a game of an asset. We look at it from the scope, a perspective of it's an asset, right? So you want to play a game, okay? So let me give you an example. My mornings, I keep saying I want my mornings to be beautiful. We're talking about, I want to go to bed looking forward to getting up every morning. Just think how beautiful that is. You know, life stressors have a tendency to make us go through the stressors, the hustle, and then we morph into things and we forget, right? And then we forget we have the options. We don't have this is how it's supposed. No. It's not necessarily supposed to be like that. You have an option. We forget. We get tied down. It's like a knot, right? It has to be broken. That's why you have to deconstruct and then reconstruct, right? You have to tear it all the way down. It's like unlearning. Mornings, my spirit, something about mornings. I want it to be so beautiful, like a symphony. I get up at 5. We're talking about meditation. We're talking about visualization. We're talking about affirmations. We're talking about prayer. We're talking about breath work. Come on, people. Come on. We're talking about exercise. Either it's Pilates or cycling. We're talking about a good, healthy breakfast with grapefruit, watermelon, grapes, okay, avocado toast, a good oat bowl, you know, with the oats and the yogurt. We're talking about a nice walk, a cold shower, beautiful morning when you journaling and you listening to your voice and you're saying and you remember, you know, I am whatever that I am is that I am. My mornings I don't know how else to say it. It's essential for me, for my mornings. It's important. I want my mornings to be just beautiful. And when you set that tone, 12 o'clock, it's a breeze. 5 o'clock, walk in the park. Do you get it? You can handle things a lot better. Where I am, you know, everybody talks about soft life. My soft life is not necessarily it's not about self-care. That's an essential piece, because something's going to be non-negotiable for me. You know, we're talking about, like I've shared in the previous video, going to the spa, right? Not because it sounds good, I'm going to the spa in my Tesla. No. It's not because I want to tell my female friends. It's not because, no, it's because by design, that my physical core, my being, must stay, it has to stay at a certain state. I have to be relaxed so I can create at my highest level. So I need my body calm, relaxed, right? So I can go into those creative spaces in my mind and I can put it on paper, because I'm a writer. And I know, I used to tell people all the time, my mind is like a garden. I told people that a lot. It's like a garden. Now, when I'm in symphony mode, I'm multitasking. If I'm in symphony mode, no, I'm multitasking. But when I'm creating, my mind is like a garden. It's like a garden, I'm telling you all. And I know I'm not there. I'm at the gate. I'm back at the gate. Because my mind for years was in a garden. And this garden is always fresh air. It's always the air. Oh my goodness. The air feels so good. And I see beautiful flowers all the time. That's my mind. It's like something just happens in a garden. And for some reason, I can create my mind. I can get work done so peacefully. That's when I know I'm in alignment. I'm in alignment. I am absolutely in alignment. My manifestation, it's like clockwork. Boom, boom, whatever. You get what I'm saying? So you gotta find that space for you that's chosen. You gotta find that space that's chosen for you. Mine is in a garden. I'm not in the garden. I'm back at the front entrance of the garden. It's like, I don't know. I'm back at the garden, but I'm not inside of it. I know what I'm inside of. I know when I'm inside of it, because my writing is different. You know what I mean? Certain things I do, it's just different. Manifestation, right? We're talking about manifestation. I can read instant. Next. I'm being pulled. Different energies pulling me now. It's kind of intriguing. You know, sometimes you got to go through the process to figure out what it is. Curiosity, you know. It's no harm. But when it comes to manifestation with me, my mornings are essential. And I've said so many things. Journaling. And speaking of journaling, some people, they have one book and they put everything. They pour all their emotions, their soul, their spirit into that one book. I have different books for different things. Different journals for different things. So, I am going through, okay, the next 25, I want a new me. The same foundation, like a brick home, right? But you reinvent it, you rebrand it, you add some new windows, you have a new landscape, you put a new Ferrari in the garage, you have a Sub-Zero refrigerator, you have a piano, a grandfather's clock. You see, that's my life. It's like, some call it reset, some call it reset, some call it reinventing, rebranding. I'm just transforming. In that, soft life must happen. That soft life. And when I say soft life, again, I'm not talking about not doing anything, because I believe in implementation. I'm just saying do it beautiful, do it graceful, do it with kind, do it with love, do it with humility. Oh, that's what I'm talking about, right? Where you know, when you smile, others are smiling. When you laugh, others are laughing. When your love is so radiant, they can feel it. That's what I'm talking about, right? My life, that's what I'm working on. That's my transformation. And when you begin to work on your inner core, right? That character, come on. You begin to attract other things automatically, because your frequency, your energy is so high. It's not fraudulent, it's not scammy, it's not fake, it's authentic. You don't even have to work at it, because it's in you. Remember, you attract who you really are, not what you want. You attract who you are. And that's what I was talking about. The garden, my mind is like a garden. And for some reason, my curiosity, I'm out of the garden. I'm at the front entrance of the garden, right? I can see it, but I'm not in it. Other things are pulling me, which is fine. And sometimes you gotta go through the process to see what it is. You gotta say, okay. And go, and that's how you learn. That's how you mature. Life is about lessons. It's about lessons. It's about every footprint you make. It has history, value. Either it's going to be an asset or a liability, but you got some substance there. You got some foundation there. Come on. You got some foundation. So I'm starting with, I'm looking at this 25 years, my next 25. And I'm excited, I'm anxious, I'm, curious, I'm exploring, I'm experiencing, I'm discovering, I'm creating. And one thing about it, I'm like, okay, it can be a little, ooh. And then some days I'm like, I'm doing it. It is what it is. No regrets, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. You get what I'm saying? So I kind of wanted to share, and back to, I have a box. Let me put my laptop up. So yes, I'm exploring, I'm discovering, I'm going through some beautiful changes to get to that beautiful, I'm going through a beautiful journey. And every step of the way, I'm saying I want it to be soft life, because I was raised, I was raised a certain way. Now when I say soft life, some people think soft life is just sitting and not doing anything. No, that's, no, not my mother. My mother worked hard. No, absolutely not. I'm saying with your character, your work ethics, you know what I mean, your expectations, your standards. That's what I mean when I say soft life. Roots, okay? I'm not necessarily talking about, let me just go to a spa. It's bigger than that. It's deeper than that. It has more meaning than that. So that's what my soft life is about. It's about creating this beautiful life, a life of philanthropic work, a life of travel, a life of lifestyle, right? Where I'm living, but I'm also being an example, being a vessel for others, and I'm helping along the way. It's not me hoarding only for me, right? It's about me saying, it's us. It's us. Now, I may be the person who's chosen to help a few, or I may be the chosen to help millions. Who knows? I just know every step I want to set an example. I want to be that vessel. I want to be that bridge. I've always been a servant, and in order for me to do that, I want to work on every piece of me, and I want to make it so beautiful. Just talking about it, it just being able to talk about it is beautiful. Some will get it, you know, some will understand, and then some will say, what? Bleep, 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 and bleep. That's triggering. You know, it's triggering you. It's triggering. Like, I'm pretty sure some people go back into some of my videos and see, why is she talking about a $2.5 million home? I know guaranteed. Now, my algorithm is new. My algorithm, well, I probably shouldn't say that because I've been on YouTube with this channel for almost 2 years. But my algorithm, right? I don't know. I'm not going to say that for everybody that follows me. But I will authentically say this with confidence and no regrets. I'm pretty sure some people have seen my how to prepare for a $2.5 million townhome and instantly judged me. Does she even have a $400,000 townhome? Does she have a $700,000? Has she ever purchased a house? What's her? I know. Guaranteed. Some women and men have attacked my titles. How to prepare for a $2.5 million townhome. And it's not about credit. It's not about your work salary. It's not about none of that. I was talking about how to decorate, how to live in one, what furniture to purchase. They didn't even give it enough time. They didn't even give it enough time to process or settle within their soul. Now a realtor looked at it and say, ooh, let me look at this, because they're looking at it as commission, an opportunity to build their business and to help their client, a potential client. But I'm pretty sure, guaranteed, some looked at those videos and judged me right off the bat and did not let it process or settle. But they're the same individuals. Like I said, very soft, out of love and respect. Same individuals once upon a time. You know, once upon a time, you learn that when you're in elementary school. Once upon a time, they had a big vision. They was in the same scenario. How do we forget who we are? Now, I don't know. I can't identify who. I just have the spirit of discernment. I'm good at it. They looked at it and right off the bat. What make her? Why she? Who she thinks she? We supposed to what? Dream. We supposed to think higher. We supposed to aim higher. We supposed to think out of the box. The outliers. Oh, I don't want to go into statistics. Some of y'all might go over your head. The point that I'm trying to say is that I didn't do my videos for your judgment. It was never backwards anyway. That tells me, if you asking me what make me special or what make me think I can go get a $2.5 million home, that tells me it's impossible for you. Oh, it's impossible for you. Because one thing about a human, I'm a social worker, I'm very intelligent. A lot of times people think where they are, wherever they can, only where they are. However, there are chosen and or selected people can see beyond that, because they lead and live with hope and faith. So when you lead and live with hope and faith, you're always thinking above. You're always thinking higher. So it's wherever that person is, right, in their life, how far they can see. And that tells me they can't see it in themselves. It can be triggering. Maybe they once upon a time had a home and lost it. Or they may feel it's impossible for them, so they feel it's impossible for others. Or they may feel they don't have the process, the strategy, the systems to do it, so they're wondering what makes you think you can do it. Or they may feel they're old and why should you get it? It's so many different variables that can contribute to them feel they have the authority or the power to judge me. Because I clearly did not make my videos for you to come over here and judge. It's so many things you can be judging. And it's clearly not how to prepare for a $2.5 million townhome. And it was never about the steps, about the credit, about the HOA. None of that about how many years you've been at your place of employment. It was about when people move into homes of that magnitude, they never really consider the furniture. They never really consider the landscape, the light bill. That's what I'm saying. I just wanted to know. I wanted to experience decorating a 2.5. I don't know what the $2.5 million just popped up. I did my first video 2 years ago. 2 years before, I think it was before that. I did my first video. I was talking to my assistant at that time, and we were having such a good conversation, and she was like, "You're enjoying this, why don't you do a little series on it?" I was like, "Thank you, I appreciate that." And I decided to open it up because I was never going to go through the process of showing you all how to get a home. I'm not a realtor. I just felt as the women, we have these big dreams. It's just like guys. They want the Lamborghinis, the Ferraris, they want the Bentleys, the Rolls Royces, and they see them on the road. They may be at a stop sign, or they may be parking or getting gas. And from a distance, you're like, oh, I want that vehicle, right? It's like their dream vehicle. I didn't want to say a car valued at $60,000 or $80,000. I wanted something that people will make them say, ooh, like, oh my goodness. And so he will never have the opportunity to sit in one unless he goes to the dealership. The dealership is going to be some restrictions there, because from my understanding, you have to have a certain type of insurance. They may let you sit in it or not. Those restrictions, those boundaries there, right? So they don't get to really embrace, let me sit in this car and ride it, unless they go rent one at a certain point in their lives where they got enough money to blow $2,000-3,000 for one day to rent a car of their magnitude, or it may be more. I don't know. I'm just assuming. So it's no different than a home. Let me, in my mind, let me decorate a $2.5 million home. I want a sub-zero refrigerator. I want this. I want that. So let me just share that, because it's another woman sitting in the same seat, right? She may be feeling the same way. You're right. She may say, I've been wanting to get me a $12 million house. Who knows? Who knows? I just saw a $2.5 million for me here in Atlanta. Well, probably depending on what part of Atlanta, but in Georgia, in the Atlanta metro area, Buckhead, Brookhaven, Alpharetta, Duluth, Sandy Springs. A nice townhome. Restrictions though. Straight up HOA. We talk about a community, not a lot of them. You know what I mean? So I said, let me position myself and let me begin to decorate one. Let me just decorate one in my mind and make this to be fun. But I know some people, they looked at my video instantly and began to, they just went off. They just went straight for the gut, just straight off. Why she talk about a 2.5 million? Why she can't talk about a 400,000? Is it because when you start out with 400? Do y'all not know it's some people, their first home was probably $8 million. Their first house. You may have had some people first house 5. They never probably even purchased a house less than $2-3 million. It's just like you have some people with vehicles. They may have never, their first car probably wasn't $50K or $75 or $120. They may have went out there and got them a $200,000. They may have went and got them a Bentley. That's probably was their first vehicle. You just never ever know. Just like it was in my spirit, I said, why not? Why not have fun with this? Productive fun, of course. Why not have fun with it? And I said, I was talking to somebody about this, and I said, I know some people probably prejudge me right off the bat. I even have prayers on some of my YouTube videos. They may watch it and maybe they don't know how to quite receive it. I don't know. And maybe because I know guaranteed I'm confidently doing this for me. I just want to be able to share because you have testimonies and you may have some women and men, and of course Judy's may be going through something and they may feel like, you know what, Makeba, I've been wanting this house. They may be afraid to tell someone, I've been wanting this house. It's $1 million. It's in my aunt's neighborhood, or they may say it's in my boyfriend or girlfriend's neighborhood, or it's in my grandmother's community, and they may be saying, you know, it's gonna go up for sale. I heard it through the grapevine. Maybe me just sharing a portion of what I'm experiencing can be a vessel. It can be inspiring for them. Or the person, for instance, who judged me, who may have a home less than 2.5 million, or right at 2.5 million, or over 2.5 million. Have you thought about being a vessel as well? Instead of saying, I see where that sister is coming from. She's just simply saying she want to decorate. She don't want to be a victim of a big house and no furniture in it. We all have been there. I mean, I know I have. Nobody, if you haven't, many blessings to you, darling. I just know with me, I had a nice place and no furniture. Immature, just immature. It's called growing up. So that was the point behind the series. And so now what I decided to do, so I can keep my series going with love and transparency, right? In respect, any home that I see that pulls me, it has that strong energy, it's good, feels, it's blissful, I'll post it, right? Give the realtor credit, of course, and I'll share, this is a home I can see me living in. And I don't want to have the spirit of just saying I want to purchase a home. I want to be able to sustain and keep it. And that goes back to what I was talking about, that massive action. So I have my first episode out with that. You can go check it out. It's a beautiful, regal home. Oh, they have a beautiful lawn area where you can go out there and you can read. I mean, oh, just gorgeous. Beautiful home, beautiful townhome. Right around 2.5. So we got to get out of that jealousy and that envy and that judgment and what make you special, and I went through this first and you gotta go through it. You don't know what's designed for that person. If you know you're not going to be the person to support someone, you can't give them words of encouragement, if you can't pray for them, If you're not doing any of that on that level, we obviously know you're not going to financially support them or anything like that. Keep it to yourself, you know? Keep it to yourself and spend your time helping others. But the worst thing a person can be is very judgmental for no reason. And I see that a lot. I did a thesis on cyberbullying. So, you know, I know. I did a whole thesis on cyberbullying. So yeah, I know when it comes to some of that toxic thinking and practices, we got to do better as a race. We gotta do better. It's really killing us internally, right? It's really destroying our community, the envy and the jealous. I had a video up and I took it down. I took all stuff back because I'm gonna be lunching soon. We got a surprise. I'm not gonna say anything, but I just took it down. At first I had it up there so I can share what I went through with someone so they can learn. But I was like, oh honey, this is too negative for me. Now I got to come down. If the chosen ain't seen it yet, they won't see it. They won't see it now. Let somebody else teach that. I want high frequency. High frequency, right? High good energy. It's like making love. Well, I don't know what that is. They ain't doing nothing. But the point that I'm trying to say to you all is, let's really work on this manifestation and let's be encouraged for one another. And don't feel you are alone. Because remember, before you had that vision, somebody had something similar or they have already done it. So it is possible. Anything is possible, right? With work. Vision and work. You can define that work as being aggressive, mild, whatever. I just know my strategy is more on the beautiful side. That's all. It ain't about convenience. It's not about doing less. It's just beautiful. My soft life is about beautiful work. Because I really do believe in work ethics. So, I'm a productive person. Now I want to open up, hopefully my address. I halfway opened this up because I thought they had the wrong person. I know. So I'm going to open this up. Hopefully my address is not showing. So you can see I did not finish. Let's see if I can. I'm so excited. This is a journal. So excited. And it's supposed to be good. So as I was sharing, there are different journals. You have a financial journal, a journal about things that you would like to own. I have a journal about traveling. I have a journal about lifestyle. I'm a writer though, so it's convenient for me. Now, if you're not a writer, I would not recommend for you to have multiple journals like me. Just put it in that book, pray over your book, keep it safe, affirm that, do all the creative, beautiful things you need to do. But with me, I have different books for different things. I have a financial journal, I have a self-care journal, and I have a self-care video about some of the things I do coming out soon. But this one is about manifestation, right? So I'm going to show you all this journal. Now I have other journals, but I felt this particular journal was something that I wanted to add to. I don't even have an assistant, but don't do this. Don't be like me. Don't be like me. I wanted to. I didn't realize they didn't give me no receipt. Oh, it was Amazon. Amazon pretty good. I feel like I said, I'm going through this thing of transforming me, upgrading. It's like a computer. Let me upgrade, but then again, sometimes you gotta get another one. So I probably shouldn't say upgrade. I probably shouldn't say that, but you all understand. I'm transforming, right? I'm creating this next 25 years and beyond, of course, to be just beautiful, right? So graceful. So just, how can I say this? Attracting things to support that. You get what I mean? I'm really attracting things to support how I feel. So this journal is called The Greatest Self-Help Book. Tia Mowry has this book. Of course, she is one of the women that I admire. The Greatest Self-Help Book is the one written by you. Daily Journal by Vex King, and I'm going to spell the last name, K-A-U-S-H-A-L. K-A-U-S-H-A-L, The Rising Circle. It's called The Greatest Self-Help Book. Is the one written by you. And I absolutely love that title. So, this is a daily journal, of course. And I have other journals. Like I said, I have a financial journal, I have a self-care journal, and I have a video because I just purchased something pertaining to that. So I have a video coming out soon. And also look out, I have my official Donna Ross video coming out. I have another SCAD video, museum, the Balenciaga exhibit, and it was a bonus with that. So that's coming out soon. So some other good stuff until I officially launch later on this year. The Greatest Self-Help Book. Okay, and as I shared, Tia Mowry, you know, from Sister Sisters. Okay, yes, the twins. She has this book. This journal is, she has this journal. This journal is dedicated to you. Now is the time to self-explore, rewrite your story, and become a better version of yourself. You've got this. And then you put your name on the inside. A message just for you. We are proud of you for beginning this journaling journey. This journal is truly the best self-help book you will ever experience. I have been journaling for nearly 2 decades, and it has completely transformed my outlook on life, all while supporting my personal growth journey. I owe much of who I am and what I do today to the daily practice of journaling. And then there's more. And then they have like journaling 101. How do I use this journal? Routine. Oh, it's so good. I missed a day, my calm kit, my reverse bucket list. Oh, this is nice. I'm impressed. I am really, really impressed. Charts, pictures, yes. Oh, they even have a, let's see. They have a My Life Wheel in here. So I'm excited. And I have, like I say, other journals that are dedicated to certain things. I'm looking forward to doing some health and wellness retreats coming up. When I say coming up, I'm not talking about events where you go to the actual retreats. I want to start that at the beginning of the year. So I'm really, like I say, falling in love with this process. I am. I'm learning so much about myself. Some of it, it's like anxious, and then some of it is like, I got this, and then some of it is like I need to go back and try it again. Okay, so I'm excited overall, and I'm glad that I invested into this. It's called, again, The Greatest Self-Help Book. And the fact that I was going to share this, I wanted to also share some of my collection. It's not all my collection of self-help personal development books. Perfect timing, right? I felt this is perfect timing to share books I do recommend. Now, typically, if I say I'm doing something, I want you to internally feel it for yourself. I want your soul, your spirit to speak to you, right? If you see value in it, I want you to naturally, organic to be pulled. Okay, she's doing it. This is something that I've been working on. This is something I can see me doing. And boom, right? So, but when it comes to books, I do recommend for you to get some of these. Now, I was blessed some of these came straight out of Goodwill, $2 or $3 max. And then, of course, the remaining either came from Amazon or they came from Barnes and Nobles. So if you see, because I have never taken off the little tags, the little stickers on the books from Goodwill, because my assistant was going to do that, and I'm in the process of finding another one, hiring another one soon. I might have them go through each book and take off the stickers, because I'm working on starting to put the books like together, so when I get ready to relocate in the near future, they can go straight to the location or whatever, you know what I mean? It'll be easier, because I have so many books. I'm so blessed and highly favored. I'm so happy with that. But yes, I do recommend. I have, of course, this is just 30. I have way more than this, but these are the obvious ones that people have heard. And then I may mention some and you're like, where did you get that book from? That's an interesting topic. So you may have to go, you know, you got to go to Barnes & Nobles or Amazon and purchase it. So again, this is the greatest self-help book. I'm so excited. Of course, I have House of Pain playing in the back. Y'all know I love me some House of Pain and Meet the Browns. I'm always playing that. That's like my go-to. I can play it. I told you I can play it. Okay, that's them my two shows. All right. So the first book, we're gonna start out and give. How can I say this? We're gonna give retired professors. When it comes to self-help, we're gonna honor them first, right? Now, again, let me please say this. There are authors out there that are living and popping, and they like hitting target, and they are really transforming people's lives. Okay, they may not be in this stack. That does not mean I don't have their masterpiece, right? I can tell you right now, I have so many people. I really don't want to say, because it's a reason why I don't want to say it, because I haven't officially launched. So some things I'm saving. Some things I'm saving for later on. You know what I mean? Like I'm going to be obedient. Okay? So this is what I'm sharing. But I do have some other beautiful masterpieces. And you all are going to say, matter of fact, some of y'all are going to say, I didn't even know they wrote that. Absolutely. But I want to start out with The Science of Getting Rich, right? The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. He is one of the go-tos, one of the granddaddies, the grandfathers in this industry. Yes, The Science of Getting Rich. Now this book, of course, have different covers. I've seen different covers. This is more of one of the bonuses, I guess. The book has bonuses. It includes The Science of Being Great and The Science of Being Well. I talked about this book my last couple of videos back when I was talking about becoming millionaires and how millionaires and billionaires, how they think, you know what I mean, what they're reading, or how to support your vision of becoming a millionaire, a multimillionaire. So this is one of the books I share, The Science of Getting Rich, and I will share some of the table of content. Okay, The Right to Be Rich. There is a science of getting rich. Is an opportunity monopolized. The first principle in the science of getting rich, and it goes on. Highly recommend. Yes. One of the granddaddies in the industry. Okay. Next, another go-to for me is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Yes. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. You cannot. Come on. You can't miss this. This is a good one. A good one, good one. This is another one that I talked about, I discussed in the millionaire video that I did recently. I talked about your millionaire vision. But I was talking about my millionaire vision. So here it's about us, right? So Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, and some of his table of contents. The Power of Thought, Desire, the starting point of all achievement, faith, visualizing and believing in the attainment of desire, and it goes on. I'm only going to read like 3 of the table of contents so we can keep this process going, because I'm basically just sharing and I'm just recommending. Now I am, like I said, I am recommending any books pertaining to self-help. Highly recommend. Now, as I shared earlier, a lot of books, of course, not in here. They're not in part of this movement. So I have others. Okay, next. The Mastery of Self. Don Miguel Rose by Don Miguel Rose. The Mastery of Self-Help. And some of his table of contents. Okay. The Making of a Master. Understanding our domestication and attachments. Unconditional love for yourself. Yeah. The Mastery of Self. The Mastery of Self by Don Miguel Rose. Another one by Don Miguel Rose. The Mastery of Love, right? Because when you're working on yourself, people think it's just the money. No, it's everything about you. I'm telling you, it's what you eat, how you think, how you your exercise. It's what you touch. I may need to do a video on a lot of the older books, a lot of the older content talk about those things. Definitely. So I may do a self-help video on like older writings, because I have a lot of those books, and I think it would be good. So I kind of picked these because they were like more recent, so they will fall under more so with Napoleon Hill, the books that I'm talking about. So I only picked, I don't think I have, I don't even have Florence in here. I don't have that in here, Florence. I don't have, yeah, it's a couple of people that I know for sure that you all will appreciate too. Or do I? Let me see. No, I don't have Florence. I may have Catherine Ponder in here. She's a good one. I know I have Esther in here. I mean, I know I have Jerry and Esther and Catherine Ponder, but I don't have Florence in here. I don't see. So yeah, I may do a video in the future once I start to kind of, because I have books. Honey, I have books everywhere. Once I began to kind of organize them, I have an assistant, and she first got to pick up where my last assistant left off and do some other important things. And then once we get that taken care of, I'll begin to have her put some books, like organize them. You know, just put them in a position where I have personal development. Because my genres are going to, I only have like 3 genres. I only have 3 genres. I don't have a lot of them. And I haven't gotten into novels, but for some reason my spirit is telling me to start purchasing novels. I don't know why. I don't know. However, I will say this. If I purchase from Goodwill, if I see a novel, it's because I've probably seen the movie. And speaking of that, recently I came across a book, and I'm not gonna say, because like I said, when I officially launch, yeah, okay, but we're gonna leave that at that. I have some good stuff, but I had passed by because I wasn't paying no attention like that. Because when I know a novel, what it looks like, it's gonna be. They have a look. Novels have a look sometimes. They're gonna be extra creative, or it's gonna be big, or it's gonna be hardback, or it's gonna look real old. I've seen so many now, so I kind of know what they are. But I passed that because I was like, when I seen the man's name, I was like, I guess because I was moving, because I know what I'm looking for. But I ended up going back, and I was like, oh, that novel was an exception. Because number one, I have a lot of love and respect for that person who played in the movie. And number two, I said, that's one of the top ones that I like. They played in. And I said, I'm going to read that novel because because you always hear people say, this is what you hear them say when it comes to writing. The novels be different than the movie. So I said, I'm going to read the novel because I've seen the movie. Look, I'm laughing. I've seen that movie a couple of times, okay? Because it's one of those movies you can see. This when you know a movie good. And when you can watch it and be in the middle of it and start back over and say, oh, I gotta see it again. You don't even let it finish. Or you might see it and then can watch it again within an hour. Or you can see it and then watch it again a couple of days later. Like you just like it. You hear what I'm saying? You're like, I like that movie. I like that movie. So as I was saying, the person who played in, I have a lot of love and respect for them. Number two, I saw the movie, so I said I got to get this novel. So, because I want to see and compare and see what people be talking about. So if I'm gonna get a novel, it gotta be something like that. I gotta like really like the movie. Really. And of course, y'all, I got me some good novels. Now I do is because I've seen the movies over and over again. We talking about I didn't support it. They probably got paid 50 times, okay? Because I like the movie. But anyway, back to Don Miguel. The Mastery of Love. Okay, so he has The Wounded Mind, The Loss of Innocence, The Man Who Didn't Believe in Love. So I say this is good. And it's important, like I said, when you're working on self-help books, personal development, to work on your core, your being, all of this matters. All of it matters. Because you want to have completion, your body. Like I have a spirit of completion, but I'm not in the garden. Remember I was talking about earlier, I'm not in the garden. Something is pulling me from the garden. It's not bad. It's not bad or anything like that. It's just I'm going through this how can I say this? It's not an era, because I see era so much. I don't know why people keep talking about like the soft life era. You want soft life infinite. Stop saying. People need to stop. Be careful what you say. Words are essential. Words have. I'm a wordsmith. Words have meaning. I'm just not in the garden, so my vocabulary is different right now. My critical thinking is different right now. I'm not in the garden, but whatever's pulling me, I have to go through the process. I do know that. Gotta go through the process of it. It's something I'm supposed to experience. And whatever that experiment is, I'm gonna learn from it. So I have to go through it, because one thing about me, if I know I'm supposed to go through something, I'm in garden. I'm good at it. But for some reason, I'm out of the garden, right? My garden is peaceful, colorful, beautiful, full of flowers. I'm always hearing the divine download. It's just fresh air, right? Now, I'm not saying I'm not experiencing that. I just know I'm not in the garden. And so it's like whatever this is pulling me. It's massive. It's huge. It's like a giant. It's huge. I don't know. It's just big. It's not threatening. It's not threatening. What else I can tell you about the energy? And it's getting my attention. So I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm paying attention. Now, I don't know what it is. I just know it's something. And that's why I say I'm supposed to either experience it. No, I'm supposed to experience it and learn something. The connection is strong. It's very strong. The energy of it is very, very strong. So I guess once, whatever this is that I'm going through, I guess whatever I learn is going to take me to the next phase or whatever it is. I just know I'm supposed to connect, and maybe they have the answers. And maybe wherever the journey I'm going to experience, I don't know where I go from there. Okay, all right, back to the books. Okay, all right. The next one is and I need to tell you all, some of these I shared earlier came from Goodwill. I want to give Goodwill credit because Goodwill, I love their mission. We put people to work, and you all know I'm a social worker. A lot of people know me from entrepreneurship, but of course I am a social worker, honey. I love social work. I love helping people and making a difference. And you all know I'm always led with, in my vision is always philanthropic work, okay? So, both of these came from Goodwill. I believe so. The Mastery of Self and the Mastery of Love, because they have the stickers. No. I said that wrong. I'm sorry. Think and Grow Rich came from Goodwill. This is a book a lot of the gurus talk about. And this book would have been between $10 and $13.50 at Barnes & Nobles, I'm pretty sure. So, The Beggar, King and the Secret of Happiness, a true story by Joel Ben Izzy. Another good story, okay? Just a good story, good learning lesson. And some of the table of contents. Okay. True story. And like I told you all now, so if it's a novel, if I see the movie, I'll get it if it's something really, really good. But this book was recommended by, I was part of a book club, and he recommended this. Okay. The Lost Horse, The Cricket Who Jumped to the Moon, Optimism and Pessimism. I'm going to give you 3 for each one, but it's way more. The Beggar, King and the Secret of Happiness. Recommend. So the majority of these, I may have read all these books, okay? Okay. Next. The Science of Affirmations. Your Power for Creating the Life You Deserve and Desire. Jack Roberts. Affirmation books, if you can get a hold to one, and this book came from Goodwill. This was like $2. I feel people need to understand how to do affirmations, right? Now, as I shared earlier, I will go listen to You Are Creators just like that. It's his voice, his energy. He will get you there, okay? Phenomenal teacher, phenomenal light. But for some reason, I needed to hear me. So I started to create my own affirmations. And I purchased, let me show you all. My little headphones. So I purchased a recorder. I know y'all like, you carry put it? Yes, I do. I'm gonna get like a nice little wallet. Oh, matter of fact, the next time I'm at Goodwill, I'm gonna find like a little pouch or something to put this in. Okay, because I don't want anything to touch the ear part that I put in my ear. Okay, So what I decided to do, anything that I feel this, my heart desire, what I did was I audio recorded myself and I listened to myself. So I hear me. And it's essential. Sometimes when I go to bed, like when I go to sleep, I'm listening to me. And I'm saying it over and over while I'm asleep, right? So while I'm asleep, I'm hearing myself. I am $30 million. I'm just giving an example, okay? So please do not write this down and say this is what Makeba saying. These are examples, okay? Disclaimer examples. I am a $30 million earner yearly. So it's my voice, it's my faith, my words, my belief system. I'm hearing me say that while I'm asleep. If I am now, when I'm commuting, I listen to when I'm driving, I listen to Marvin Gaye. I'm listening to Marvin Gaye or We Are One by Maze. Of course, I'm always, if I'm listening to something motivational, if it's not You Are Courageous, I'll go back to like Tyler Perry, motivational interviews. I'm listening to it constantly because it feeds my soul. You know, I go back and I listen to it. But typically, if I'm not listening to Marvin Gaye, I Want You, the extended version, or Maze, We Are One, while I'm driving, you know what I mean? I'm listening to, I am a $30 million earner annually. And it's over and over and over. And it may be some other things, you know, common things that you can think of, but you want to customize it. And another thing, be careful when you go hear somebody affirmations, customize them to your life. Don't go listen to Bob Proctor and all these people and say the same thing. I took his course, so I know. He wants you to say it. Bob Proctor, yes, I took one of his courses. When he creates those affirmations, he wants you to say the affirmations, but he also wants you to customize the affirmations. You get what I'm saying? Because, say for instance, like with me, I want a Tesla, right? I think it's the Y. Not the one with the suicide doors. No, that would probably aggravate me. But the Y. I think the Tesla workers call it the snow bunny because it's all white. The snow bunny, I believe. White seats, all of that, okay? With the works on it. White. Everything white. So, say for instance, if I said I own a 2025, because I think right now all brands are making the 2025s. I own a Tesla white exterior, white interior, Y with the works, right? Brand new vehicle. And you hear me say that doesn't mean you gonna stay unless you want a Tesla. You want to kind of say, or for instance, I want because I feel before I get too old, I wouldn't mind having a luxury vehicle, okay? Before I get older, I would like to have a luxury. So I can see me owning a luxury vehicle, right? Now, I'm not a big car person, but I can see me actually owning 2 cars, okay? So I'm looking at a red Ferrari. I'm looking at a red Ferrari pure sangue, or a Bentley convertible GTC, right? You may hear me say that, but that doesn't mean you say. I may say I own a red Ferrari pure sangue. I own a Bentley brand new GTC. That doesn't mean you say that. You may want to own a Mercedes, or you may want to own an Audi. Basically what I'm saying is customize it to what you desire. Now, we all want to own a vehicle, right? So you want to, whatever it is, when you say I am, I own, I earn, whatever that I am is, just make sure you coming from the heart. So, because remember, also manifestation is about feeling. You got to feel this stuff. You all should also go look at The Secret. Talks about all of that. It is truly a feeling. Now, let's not forget, it's like a pyramid, right? So look at it like a pyramid. The foundation down here, this is how we'll look at it. I wish I had a chart. See, now we're going into teaching mode. I said I wasn't going to do that. I'm having a moment. Okay. You got the pyramid, right? So the foundation, where the thumbs would be at, would be inspired. It would be everything that you want to own. Everything you want to own. It's down here. It's everything, right? It's the pyramid. Everything you want to own. Some may want to own a $5 million home. Some may want to own a yacht. Some may want to own a Birkin collection. Some may want to own a school. Like I want to own land in a school in Africa, in a beautiful home, and da 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 da. You know, the list goes on. Okay, all right. Over here to the right is your faith, your belief system. What do you believe? Do you believe, right? Belief. How strong is your faith? Your visualization over here to the right of the pyramid. How strong? What are you seeing? Do you believe it? You believe it. Can you see it, right? But over here to the left of the pyramid, over here is the work. Your work ethics, your implementation, your due diligence, your if we ain't talking about a half a pyramid, it has to be a full, okay? So down here is everything you can ever imagine in your mind. Some want husbands, y'all want a husband. Some want wives, whatever that is. And another thing that I recommend for you to do is take a journal, blank, pray over it. Whatever you believe in, it's on you. Take that journal and write down everything. Don't think about, now I'm not talking about have 7 journals now. Well, if that's what you have, you do that, okay? Because some of us, we kind of think out real out loud. And we all out and outliers, okay? So and we're talking about things that you know in your heart you truly want, right? No regrets, and money is not the issue. It's not the challenge, right? Money is not the conversation. You have the money, write it down in a journal. 25 things, 7 things, 50, whatever your heart desire, okay? All right, let's be fair. Whatever you want to write down, write that down. Because you really need to see it. Because a lot of times we say what we want, but do we actually see it? And then I advise for you to take it a little further, to actually go touch it, whatever it is. If it's a yacht, go to your local boat. Start with a boat. Go to a local boat store. If it's a motorcycle, go to a local motorcycle store. You know what I mean? If it's a vehicle, go by there. They may not let you test drive, but just touch it. Go sit in it. Or go to a car show. Now, car shows back in the days here in Atlanta, they used to have all the exotic cars, all kind of stuff. You could sit in them. They had the ladies and the men. They were so poised and so refined with their presentation. I don't know how the car show. As a matter of fact, one of my friends, a very, very good friend from when I was like elementary school, she had the contract for that, for the sheriff's department. But anyway, and I used to go. I used to get me in. But anyway, go to the car show, boat show, and just go feel it. You know, ladies love Van Cleef. Okay, the ladies love Cartier, the love bracelets, Hermes, Birkins, Van Cleef jewelry. Go by there. Go in there. But when you go, look good. You belong in there. But also, look good. Look your best. If you're going to look at fine jewelry, treat yourself fine. Walk in there and look your best. You know, show them you are a potential client. I mean, show them you're a potential customer. So don't go in there looking any kind of way. Let them know, you know, today may not be the day that you get your commission and I get this beautiful piece, get this beautiful jewelry, but there is a tomorrow, you know what I mean? Or the next day. So get dressed up, look good, put on your smelling good fragrance, you know, put your chin up, you know, have your confident walk. If you have to call, make an appointment, and go by there and check out Cartier. You know, because I know the ladies, they love Cartier. They love the Van Cleef now. In terms of Van Cleef, for me, since everybody is wearing the bracelets, I would be the opposite. Y'all, I'm telling you, I'm gonna be. I got to break it. So I wouldn't do the bracelets with the one clover. I would do the necklace with all clovers. You would just be different. You get what I'm saying? So if it's Van Cleef, but if you like the one with the one, go look at it. Go online, make your appointment. I don't know what the process is, of course, because I haven't been by Van Cleef. I haven't been by Cartier. I'm too busy trying to figure out how to buy land. You know, get an apartment building. I'm doing other things, but when that time comes, you best believe I'm gonna walk in there like I'm a $100 million earner, okay? And I'm gonna, hey, and do some research, do your due diligence. You get what I'm saying? These are the things you need to do to make these things come to fruition. So you need to know. You get what I mean? And so you got to come out of that. I just want, okay, you want, but how much do you know about it? You get what I'm saying? How much do you really know about it? Do you know a lot about it or a little bit? Okay, so affirmations. Got an audio recorder. Listen to yourself. I listen to myself while, like I said, I'm asleep, throughout the day, sometimes, depending on if I'm commuting or if I have time. Then I put it on my Bluetooth here in my headquarters, so I know my neighbors probably like, okay, how many times she gonna say I am a third? It may be to some little Lulu, a little off Twilight Zone, but if that's what you need to do, that works for you, as long as you're not messing up anybody else, you know, getting in anybody else's space, get the audio recorder. You know what I mean? Listen to yourself. And it's okay to listen to others, but like I said, customize it to you, to what you feel in your soul and your spirit. So back to The Science of Affirmations, okay, by Jack Roberts. Your power for creating the life you deserve and desire. Some of his table of contents. What it's really all about. Creating and using affirmations. Affirmative power tools. And it's so much in this book. And like I said, I recommend for you to get a book about affirmations to teach you the process. Because some of us really think it's just saying and sitting down and just waiting. No, you must. It's non-negotiable. You got to do some work. You have to do some work. I'm a 30 million earner and just sit. No. If you're going to be a 30 million earner, let's start this 30 million earner. That's a goal. You know what I mean? It's like a journey. It's a journey, and it's a goal to that journey. And some people manifest quicker than others because some people are not saying I'm a 30 million, I'm a $25 million earner. Some people just saying I want to make 6 figures. But that goes back to what I was saying. You have miracles. So it's important that you learn how to do affirmation, because it's bigger than just saying I am. You know, some people get into the parts of how many times of the day you say it. You know, I just feel like taking a course from someone. Of course, I could teach about manifestation, but honestly, I would rather just be an example and just organically show the things that I've done or continuously do. I practice. So just having a course on it. Now, I do teach passive income. You know, that's what Luxurious Wealth Online was about. It was about creating high-end programs, of course, and creating passive income. But right now, in terms of teaching manifestation and affirmations and all of that and journaling, I'm just organically and being vulnerable and transparent about how I'm going about doing it. You know what I mean? But I haven't been called to teach about affirmations. I'm just telling you to dig a little deeper, go deeper into your soul about it. You understand? Tap really into it and just make sure you're aligned. So getting a book like The Science of Affirmations, I highly recommend. I highly recommend by Jack Roberts. And as I shared some of his type of contents. Next, this is a very good book, Creative Visualization. Use the power of your imagination to create what you want in your life. Let me read this title again. Creative Visualization. Use the power of your imagination to create what you want in your life by Shakti Gawan. I've read this book, and this book came from Goodwill, $2. And actually it's less than that. We're talking about $1.80 something. I always round up. By Shakti Gawan. Creative Visualization. This is a very good book. That's why I say, when you begin to read constantly self-help, personal development books, it's not repetitive per se. You're just going to resonate with some things, and it's like reinforcement. That's why I keep reading them, because it's like reminding you over and over again. And what happens is you begin to have that traction. You begin to, that traction. You begin to flow. You're in frequency of it. You align. So I highly recommend Creative Visualization. Very good book. Got notes here. Some of the table of contents, of course, just going to name a few of them, okay? What is creative visualization? How creative visualization works? A simple exercise in creative visualization, and it goes on. And so this right here focuses on visualization. That's what I'm saying. Self-help books or personal development, as some would say, they're gonna have some things in there that are universal. You can't ignore it. But then you're going to have some books that's going to specialize in certain things. This specializes in visualization. That's why I say, as you begin to dive deeper, right, seek more, you'll begin, your heart, your soul, your spirit will begin to discover that. So I can always tell whatever I'm going through, I attract. It's like, I'm either supposed to see that, learn it, or something significant, something that's good, something that's positive, productive, an asset. Because that's where my heart is. So this is about visualization. You know what I mean? Just like this book, and this came from Goodwill. Okay, you can get it at Barnes and Nobles. Because I don't know what I'm gonna find when I'm in Goodwill, so I would not say go to Goodwill to purchase this book. Absolutely not, because I don't know. You don't know what you're gonna find. You just know you're gonna find. I just know I'm gonna find really, really good stuff. You know what I mean? With patience and hope. Okay, so, and by the way, I want to take a moment to thank the person, the people, and or corporation or organization who donated some of these books. Because some of these books as I shared, came from Amazon or Barnes and Nobles. I want to thank that person. And of course, Goodwill mission is we put people to work. And I absolutely have a lot of love and respect for Goodwill. Okay, so this specializes in visualization. That is what I do in the morning. I do affirmations in the morning. If I'm not listening to You Are Creators, I'm definitely listening to my audio. Okay, so this one is on visualization and this one is on affirmations, because that's what we do in the morning. When you're working on transforming, some of you all are working on becoming a high value woman. Some of you all are working on becoming a multimillionaire. Some of you all are working on becoming a wife, a homemaker. You know, you visualizing it and you affirming it. You're doing these things. These books are assets. So if you can find something similar, I highly recommend. Okay, next book, A Happy Pocket Full of Money, Infinite Wealth and Abundance in the Here and Now, by David Cameron Gikandi. By David Cameron Gikandi. Again, A Happy Pocket Full of Money, Infinite Wealth and Abundance in the Here and Now. Now, some of these may focus on money, but I did not take out my books that focuses on wealth, becoming a millionaire, None of that. This was strictly about self-help. And these are not all my books, okay? I just got the ones that were very easy to grab, okay? Because I have a plethora, right? I've been blessed to get a plethora. I'm working on a home library in my future home. So I know you're like, where are these books coming from? Because it's significant that my home has a library, because I'm going to spend a lot of time reading. Besides traveling and doing philanthropic work, I want to spend a lot of time reading. I want to read. I want to engulf into life, into learning, just fall in love with it, just be in love with learning. And this is one of the favorite things I love to do. Okay, so let me give you some of the table of contents. I'm only reading 3, okay? All right, money, an illusion, a shadow of something else. Quantum physics, know what you and the world are made of. The truth about time, it does not exist. Just to give you a few. Yes, very good read. Okay. Now, again, when you're working on transformation, you want love. You know, for some odd reason, we are in a time where we are afraid to talk about love. Love comes in different forms, right? But we all need love. You know, the division, you know, you do you, I do me. It's the division. I'm not married. No one is claiming me. But I do know I want a significant other. And it's a couple of reasons, you know, besides biblical, you know, we're here to procreate and become one. One thing social work has taught me is I don't want to be alone. Now, of course, in social work, I did health and mental health. I would have been working at, for instance, if I did not have a private practice, I would have been at the VA, somewhere like that, you know. And to hear the stories of the elder, which also known as the aging, AGING community, you know, a lot of them are lonely because, you know, they may not have a significant other anymore. So they express themselves, they tell you their stories. And to hear that from other social workers, you know, I'm like, I don't want to be alone, you know what I mean? And it's like we're in this space of loneliness. And recently I was on YouTube and I've seen these titles, you know, these YouTubers are saying, I'm 28 and I'm lonely, I don't have any friends. I'm 42 and I'm lonely, I don't have a man. And it was just so many different, I'm lonely, you know, I'm like, wow, I understand. Because you can also be with someone and still be lonely. You don't get a hug, you don't get a greet. You know, he or she don't greet you. They don't acknowledge you. You're not valued. I get it, you know. So you can still be with somebody and still feel you're lonely. But my recommendation is to begin to fall in love with you first. I understand right now. It's like with me, you know, like I said, I don't have that embrace of love. I don't have that, you know, we belong to each other. I don't have that pick up the phone and how you doing, you know what I mean, how you really feel. I'm talking about a significant the other person, and y'all are one, and y'all just however you want to define it, you know, they claim you, they're concerned, you know, just, are you okay, you know what I mean? You might, you know, stump your toe and they come and grab your back and put their hand on your back. You all right? Simplicity at its finest. So I get it, but I refuse to be alone. I'm just not going to do that. Now, I don't have a list, you know, like some women have a list of, I want a man, you know, list of things. I do know what the list's supposed to be. Of course, I'm not going to go into all of that. This is not what this video is about. It's not about finding love. But what I do want to express is that you deserve it. You deserve love. We all deserve it. And if your definition is just having a boyfriend or girlfriend, let it be. If it's a fiance, let it be. If it's a husband or wife. If it's a husband or wife, so let it be. But I feel we all deserve it. And we're in a time where people are really feeling lonely. They really are expressing they either don't have friends or they don't have a significant other, they don't have family. And my heart goes out to those people, you know what I mean? Because I understand, like I say, I don't have a man claiming me, saying that is my woman. You get what I mean? And feeling good about that man feeling good about being with you and expressing himself in different ways. And I get it, you know what I mean? But one thing I have learned to do is focus, right, my love inward. And it is my hope, is my hope that inward is expressed outward for others. And until that time, so I forget, oh, I don't have a significant other, because I'm so optimistic and so positive and productive about work and doing good, healthy work, that I forget there is the missing piece. However, I'm not ignorant to what's going on, and I'm positioning myself so when that time happens, I can position myself and we can gracefully let that flow. But no, I don't have that engagement, or I don't have that, like I said, call, and it's a warm feeling. It's how you doing? I don't even know what a hug is anymore. You know what I mean? So I get it. Getting on YouTube, if that's your way of expressing yourself and crying out. Now it is time for you to do implementation, to begin to do things. Find that one thing, that one treat to bring you some bliss. Learn a hobby. When you begin to make movement, to move. You ever heard when they say when people retire, if they don't do much, they end up going to heaven? Loving yourself is that way. We're here again on a spiritual journey, and we're here to procreate and to love and have life experiences. You're supposed to be experiencing, so you're going to be held accountable too now. So you can't put it all on the other person per se. And then you may be in a season where you're supposed to be alone so you can rebuild, you can deconstruct, take away, delete, remove, erase all the toxic, all the things that are not a good representation of you. You can do it in isolation and peace and quietness. And so when you're ready to be radiant, they can receive it, and it's not confusing. You know what I mean? Not confusing to them. They're like, oh, that person is together. You get what I mean? And then you can make sound decisions. So when you meet that significant other, you can say, okay, no, we're not doing that. You get what I'm saying? Or you can say, oh, okay, let me hear what you got to say. Or you can say, they're on my, it's not about being on your level. They are aligned to where I am. Because you may meet some people and you may have to kind of lift them up a little bit. And then you may have some people that's going to lift you up. And then you may have some people, y'all get together and make beautiful music. And then you get what I'm saying? So you kind of differentiate what is right and what is wrong, because you've had that isolation period of time, and that time may be protecting you from some things. You may be saying to yourself, well, I don't have any friends, well, I ain't got no man. It may be because you got incomplete work that's not done, and then it's time to focus on you. So when the higher power brings that significant other, you'll be ready, right? So I'll bring that up for a purpose. The 5 love languages. Very good book. Got this book from Goodwill. Yes, I scored this masterpiece at Goodwill, okay? This is a very popular and a Very good book. So if you're looking for that love, first learn to love you. Because honestly, how can you request or want or desire someone to love you when you haven't learned how to love yourself? And you're giving mixed signals. And that's what I was talking about earlier when I was talking about discovering who I am and exploring things. I'm not afraid now. Some things I'm like, I can't believe I'm doing this. But I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go through it because it's something there for me to, and I don't feel like, it's not a threat. That's why I was telling you, my mind is out of the garden and I'm curious about something. It's something strong that's pulling my energy, right? It's no threat. I don't feel like I'm afraid. It's none of that. It's curiosity, right? I know curiosity can be good or bad, but I feel this is going to be something, a significant piece to something. And that's why it's very, very heavy. It's the energy is very powerful. So I said, let me be obedient to this feeling. Let me go through the process of this feeling because I'm wise, smart, right? Enough to know. Come on, I got good solid foundation, right? So let me go through with it. So when it comes to love, you want to be able to love yourself. You get what I mean? You want to be able to pour into that other person significantly. You know, you want to be able to contribute to that person significantly. That's what we are. And what we are right now in the world, you really don't have too much time to play. How things are evolving. You know what I mean? You really don't have. This is not like 20 years ago. You know, you can have multiples this and do all the no. What we are right now, family is very significant. Having a significant other is significant. You know, having community is significant. All of this is significant. All of it is so significant. It really is. So it's essential that you start to love on you. If you're sitting at home and you're waiting on a phone call, you're wrong. Turn the phone off. Get a book. Watch a documentary. Watch a good show. Something that's gonna uplift you. You know, go volunteer. There are so many things you can do. You'll be surprised how you meet people. And that goes back to when we're in a space where it's not teaching that and connecting the dots, you're lost. You're like, what do I do? Because you haven't been taught and you're not seeing it. Sometimes you got to fight a little harder and become curious. It's like I was telling you, okay, something took me out of the garden. Okay, what is this? It's a very strong, it's powerful, whatever it is, and it's pulling me. And again, it's not a threat. It's not, I don't feel like I should be concerned. It's just something getting my attention. I'm going to be obedient and listen, right? And just follow suit with it and learn from it. And I do believe whatever this energy is going to position me to do something. Well, it may be a person or I don't, it's something, I don't know, okay? I don't know everything, but I do know if you're at a point in your life and you're seeking love, because we all deserve love, okay? We all, ladies and gentlemen and Judies, we all deserve someone. And some of y'all doing a little different. Some of y'all got 2, 3, 4, 5, and I get it. If it works for you, your finances, y'all collaborate where you do you. You do you, okay? If it works for you. I just know we all deserve to get love, a hug, a smile, you know, greeted with a welcome soul. Human touch is necessary and it is needed. Human touch is necessary and it is needed. It is non-negotiable. A hug, just hugging and saying, are you okay? It is very significant. And due to the fact that I was raised under that, my mama told us every day, my mama told me every day, I love you. She would always wear this red lipstick and always put on my face. I was like, oh my goodness. But I know why now, because she's not here. I know why Every day she told me, I love you, I love you. I was like, you just told me that 4 hours ago. I get it now. She said it so much where I can still hear it. I can still hear my mama saying, I love you. And if she didn't say, I love you. Now, my mama would discipline you. She would tag, like they say, tag you behind her. But she'll still come back and say, what you want to eat? And are you okay? You know. And she gonna always ask you about church. Keep it at you on church. That was my mama. You know, and then the other conversations right after that, the other things that are significant. But those were the first two. I love you. And what's going on? You been in church lately? she's gonna say it. So work on that love. But this book right here, the five love languages, The Secret to Love That Lasts by Gary Chapman. It's a very good book, and I got this from Goodwill. So I'm gonna read a few of the table of contents. Okay, what happens to love after wedding? Keeping the love tank full and falling in love. And the list goes on. And ladies and gentlemen, if you want a husband or wife, begin to position yourself. I remember I went to this singles retreat ministry at my church back in the heydays, and I'll never forget what Bishop said. He said, some of y'all want a husband, but none of y'all ain't living like you're ready to be a wife. Y'all don't know nothing about the kitchen. You don't know nothing about running your finances. You don't know nothing about your household. That resonated with me. It resonated with me. It so resonated with me. But I do know this, you know. I know when it comes to my significant other, because I know why I'm in a place in my life where my happiness is with philanthropic work, traveling, and reading and writing and things like that. Like the kind of lifestyle I'm about to create is simple, but it's very unique. It's simple, but very unique. So peace is essential. Laughter is essential. Touch is essential. Because I spent time, I lack that, you know, getting a hug. Because I was raised like that. When you come in, you hug. Like I will hug my siblings. We hug each other and say, I love you. You know what I mean? So I know what that is. And it's like, those things are significant. And then a praying man. And me not initiating it. Me not saying, oh, there's an issue, let's pray. It needs to be he talking and he saying, let's pray about that thing. Or if I'm saying, let's pray about it, and then let's sit down and work it. What happened to that? What happened to working together without the hostility, or without the debate, or without the you used to, and without the you know, what if just we? You get what I mean? And remove the pettiness and all of that. I understand. But that's a good book. If you're seeking love, begin to position yourself as a wife. Do not lose hope, because it's easy for all of us to lose hope on something. That's why I'm doing different things to reinforce myself. If it's wealth, if it's happiness, if it's abundance, if it's love, I'm doing whatever, as long as it's productive, optimistic, right? I'm doing it. Okay, it's an asset. This is an asset. Books are an asset. It's an asset. Okay, look at this as some Birkin, some Van Cleef, some Cartier. Right? Next, the 25 biblical laws of success, powerful principles to transform your career and business, by William Douglas and Rubens Texera. Again, the 25 biblical laws of success, powerful principles to transform your career and business, William Douglas and Rubens Texera. Laws. And I'll read some of the table of contents: the law of opportunity, the law of wisdom, the law of vision, and it just goes on. And it has like parts like wisdom, work, values. Very, very good book. Very. And it goes back to what I was saying. When you begin to read self-help books, some things will be reinforced, and then some things are going to be very unique, and it's going to resonate, and boom, you're going to say, I like that. And you need those moments. Besides the universal laws, besides the universal practices, there are going to be some things where you're going to stand up and say, oh, I needed to hear that. You're going to know it, because you're going to hear it, and it's going to be so sweet. Ooh, it's going to be so sweet. Good read. Next, The Alchemist. And by the way, this book came from Goodwill. Now, if I don't say it comes from Goodwill, it's because the book was purchased through Barnes & Nobles or Amazon. The Alchemist by Paulia. Yes, The Alchemist. Very, very good book. Paulia. Okay, next. Their Energy Buzz by John Cordone, forwarded by Ken Blanchard. 10 rules to fuel your life, work, and team with positive energy. Their Energy Buzz. Yes, we need that. You need that energy. Energy is energy. Your energy. Energy, I don't know how to express this, but your energy is so significant. And unfortunately, throughout the day, you're constantly approached. I'm trying to keep this very optimistic, like the song. Okay, y'all know the song, Optimistic. You gotta keep your frequency high, your energy high, because if you don't, as soon as you're approached with a conversation that's you don't agree with, or a complaint, or a challenge, if your energy is already kind of like low, then you got to pick it back up. That's why getting up in the morning, if you are able to get up very early and begin to beautifully create your morning, imagine how your days will be. And you do this every morning. Energy Buzz, some of the table of contents: flat tire, good news and bad news, the long walk home. Yes, 10 rules to fuel your life, work, and team. And typically when you get into self-help books, you're looking at work, life, and balance. So it's going to like cover some of that, but then it's going to specialize. That content creation is going to specialize in something that writer is trying to communicate, trying to articulate. You get what I mean? Get you along the way. Next, by Jen, Sincero, Urabadas, at Making Money. This is a very, very good book. Some of her type of contents: allowance, why you ain't rolling in the cheddar yet. A tiny but mighty chapter about universal intelligence. So yeah, that universal intelligence, even emotional intelligence, is important. Very good. Okay, next, Urabadas, how to stop doubting your greatness and start living an awesome life. Again, by Jen. And some of these table of contents. Okay, my subconscious made me do it. The G word, present as a pigeon. And it goes on. Very good read. Urabadas. Really, really good. She has a few books. She has some books. Okay. Next. Badas, habits. Oh yes, I have a collection. Okay, and she may have some more. Who knows? Cultivate the awareness boundaries. daily upgrades to make them. I have the Target thing right here. I can't get to it. But I believe I purchased all 3 of these, and I did. I purchased all 3 of these at Target. Yes, and some of the table of contents. And I've already read all 3 of her books. Okay? Who You're in the Habit of Being, Healthy Boundaries, The Unsung Heroes of Successful Habits, Shape-Shifting into the New You. Yep, very good author. Okay, The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Now I have The Power of Now book and journal. And I recommend, if you could get both of them before you begin to read, I highly recommend. Very, very good book. The Power of Now, A Guide to Spiritual Enlightenment. And that is what I'm saying. That goes back to most of your self-help and personal development books are going to be universal in some areas, but then they're going to specialize in that message. So this is going to specialize spiritual enlightenment. Because at the end of the day, Eckhart Tolle wants you to be successful, right? However, he is going to go into the spiritual aspect of success, becoming successful. Very good book. The Power of Now, the book, as well as the journal. Okay, it has on here over 5 million copies sold. It's amazing. Amazing, amazing. That's amazing. That's really amazing. Some of the table of contents. The greatest obstacles to enlightenment. Freeing yourself from your mind. Enlightenment. Rising above thought. And the list goes on. I recommend for you to get both the book as well as the journal. The Power of Now. And these are some really good choices. They really are. Okay, next. One of my favorites, and of course favorite to others, we're talking about Esther and Jerry Hicks, okay? Now, I absolutely love Les Brown, okay? He's one of my favorites as well. And a few others. I just want to wait and save that for later. Les Brown, because I got something special with that. But Esther and Jerry Hicks. This book is called Ask and It Is Given. Learning to Manifest Your Desires. Yes. Learning to Manifest Your Desires by, of course, Esther and Jerry Hicks. I was able to score this book at Goodwill. Yes, I was. I was able to score this book at Goodwill for $2. The Teachings of Abraham. And some of the, of course, table of contents. There are a lot, but I'm going to give a few. The Power of Feeling Good Now. You only hear what you are ready to hear. We are keeping our promise to you. We are reminding you of who you are. You said, I will live in joy. We know who you are. There is nothing that you cannot be, do, or have. So, Ask and It Is Given is one of the top books. Top books. Top. Yes. Besides, of course, your Bible. This is a very good read by Esther and Jerry Hicks. Ask and It Is Given. Learning to manifest, and that's what this is all about. Manifesting. Manifestation. And that's what I'm saying. Like, we want to manifest. We want to manifest. Look at it like this. Look at it like want to get a degree. I'm talking about purchasing a $2.5 million home, right? I'm talking about owning a $2.5 million home. I'm giving big purchases right now. The biggest I can think of that I want. The biggest purchase is a home, property, having a school in Africa, because I want to do philanthropic work. What else? We're going to just keep it at that. And of course, I said, what else is a big purchase? Ferrari Pure Singway in red, a white Tesla. Okay, so, but look how expensive look how massive those numbers are. But this was $2. Do you, this was $2, and it is teaching you acts, and it is given, right? It's giving you knowledge, wisdom. This is an asset. So why would a person want to invest into this that's going to position them to become better? And this was a much cheaper. So it's like, this is worth the investment. Just taking your time, fall in love with the process. And even if you're not a big reader, because I'm a reader, you also probably can go listen to the audio on Amazon. You know, you go purchase it, I'm pretty sure it's on audio, and it may be on YouTube. Or you may just make it fun and have an accountability reader. So somebody else read with you, you read a chapter, they read a chapter, and you won't talk about it until you get to a point where you can just constantly read. You get what I'm saying? So, manifestation. How we so in love with manifesting, but are we learning how to manifest from people that teach this? You get what I mean? I love this book. Another great one by Esther and Jerry Hicks. This came from Goodwill, another $2 book. These books were not $2 at Barnes & Nobles, of course, and at Amazon. This book, brand new, was no price on here. Oh yes, it is. This book, brand new, was $14.95, and this book was $14.95. For both of these, each one of these were $14.95. $30+ for 2 books. I only paid $4, and it could have been one of them was on sale if it was 50% off based on the color of the week. $4 for both of these, and we're talking about manifesting your desires. This is called the law of attraction. So how could a person not see the value in purchasing books like this that's going to put them on the path? Now, let's be honest, in the authentic, you have to do the work, right? You got to do the work. But it's like your guide. This like your best friend. This your boyfriend. This your girlfriend. This your teacher. This your nurse. This your grandpapa. You know, this is that sit-in person that holds your hand throughout the process. So nobody can necessarily say they're not getting any mentorship or help, because they are. It's out there. You just got to go get it. So if you don't have the money to go buy a $14.95 book, you can go to Goodwill and find something similar, right? Just keep looking until you seek it, till you get it, till you attract it, and then you build. You got to start where you are. You have to start where you are. Okay, so this is called the law of attraction, the basis of the teachings of Abraham. Esther and Jerry Hicks. Okay, I'm going to give you some of the table of contents. A steady stream of religious groups. A Ouija board spells the alphabet. Think and Grow Rich. Seth speaks about creating your reality. Sheila channels Theo. Should I meditate? And it goes on. The Law of Attraction by Esther and Jerry Hicks. Okay, next. Shonda Rhimes. Everybody knows Shonda Rhimes, okay? Here she goes. Beautiful. She's so beautiful. Shonda Rhimes, I have to read some things about her. Shonda Rhimes is the critically acclaimed and award-winning creator and executive producer of the hit television series Grey's Anatomy. That's been on forever. So it's just so good. Private Practice and Scandal. Everybody knows Scandal. Beautiful Kerry Washington. And I have Kerry Washington book. And the executive producer of How to Get Away with Murder and The Catch. Rhimes holds a BA in English Literature with creative writing from Dartmouth College and received her MFA from the USC School of Cinema Television. Born and raised in Chicago, Illinois, Rhimes now lives in Shondaland, a very real and very imagined place that could be somewhere inside Los Angeles. I don't blame her. Keep it private. She's the proud mother of 3 daughters. The Year of the Yes. This is one of her masterpieces. I say one of her masterpieces because Shonda is a writer. She's A writer. Okay, a writer. Year of the yes. How to dance and outstand in the sun and be your own person. This is a treat. Yes, this is a treat. Female. Yes, very good read. Okay, next. Vibrate higher daily. Come on, we were just talking about that energy and frequency. Live Your Power by Leela Delia. Vibrate higher daily. She's beautiful. There's a path. This is her on the back. There is a pathway of higher potential and power that, when honored, transforms your reality and you. It's a very, very good book. And some of her contents: another way of being, self, others, vibrating higher in the world. So yes, this is good. Vibrate higher daily. Of course, by the beautiful Leela Delia. Okay, so we're almost done. Okay, next, Atomic Habits. An easy and proven way to build good habits and break old ones. Because everything is habitual at first. You know, you want good habits, because habits bring consistency. So if you know you are not an optimistic thinker, that's a habit. It must be deconstructed. It must be changed. We're not talking about a 360, because if you do a 360, you're back at the same point. We're talking about 180. You gotta deconstruct. You know, gurus say you gotta die. Not literally. They're saying you're present. You gotta change that. And if you gotta think, let me unlearn, you really have to unlearn who you are, and then begin to learn new habits. And then you got to also implement. So that's why I say this is like a puzzle, but you got to begin to put the pieces together, right? Atomic Habit. Tiny Changes, Remarkable Results by James Clear. I absolutely love the title of this, Atomic Habits, because when he came up with this title, because I can feel it, atomic, because that's what it is. You want habits that are going to bring really, really good, phenomenal results. Some of the table of contents: the surprising power of atomic habits, how your habits shape your identity and vice versa, how to build better habits in 4 simple steps. Habits. So some of these that just stood out, all of my books stand out, honey. But some would be the affirmations, the science of affirmations, the creative visualization, habits, the one about energy. What was that about the energy? The energy buzz, the law of attraction. All of this is self-help, right? That's what I'm saying, reinforcement. So if you have to put yourself in a position to read one book, see, that's what it is. People think I've read one book and bam. Now sometimes that works for some people. It's by design. There's nothing you can do about it, okay? You can't compete with that. You can't question it. No, you can't challenge it. Some people are by design born that way. They can read this one book, their entire life can change for the better, and it can sustain and continues to soar. It's like infinite. One book. Then you got some people need to hear it more than once. Then you got some people got to do it constant throughout the months and throughout the days and months and weeks, and then they got to do it 2-3 years and it goes on. It's continuation. It's never I read that one book and it's been over for me. I'm living life and living happy, you know. Atomic Habits. Okay, next. Autonomy of the Spirit by Carolyn Miss PhD. The 7 stages of power in living. Again, Autonomy of the Spirit, the seven stages of power in healing by Carolyn Miss PhD. This is another good book. This book came from Goodwill. $2. And Shonda Rhimes' book came from Goodwill as well. But you know, you all can get all these books. You can get every last one of these books at Amazon and at Barnes & Nobles, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so some of her table of contents. And also healing therapy, I recommend, because you'll be surprised. Things that happen as a adolescent, young adult, can impact your success later on. Toxic relationships, you'll be surprised. Your community is so many different variables. Stressors, life stressors can contribute to your lack of success or your delayed success. Now, remember, there's no denial. It's just only delayed. It's a no denial. Don't let nobody tell you you can't have success. Don't let nobody tell you you can't have wealth. No, it's just delayed. There are things that must be done. So if you need to heal internally, therapy, right? If you need to work out, come on. You can start by walking. So it's always something. You just got to go within. Some of the table of contents. Okay. Energy medicine, and intuition. The human energy field, the first principle, biography, becomes biology. The second principle, personal power, is necessary for health. The third principle, you alone can help yourself heal. And it goes on. This is a beautiful masterpiece. Autonomy of the spirit. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This is one of my favorites of all times, okay? Of course, it's by Esther and Jerry Hicks. Money and the Law of Attraction, okay? Money and the Law of Attraction. Okay, this is one of my favorites. Money and the Law of Attraction. Learning to attract wealth, health, and happiness. And it goes back to that work-life balance. And work can be entrepreneurship. Work can be contractual work, right? Work, life, and work, life, and balance. Okay, so typically, self-help books, personal development books is gonna focus on success, money, wealth, love. I absolutely love this book. Yes, I do. Okay, and some of the table of contents. There are a lot of contents. Okay, so I'm only gonna read 3 to just give you an idea. Okay, your story, the law of attraction. Does life sometimes seems to be unfair? Is doing your best still not enough? Love this. This is a beautiful masterpiece by Esther and Jerry Hicks. Absolutely love this beautiful masterpiece. I've read it more than once. Love this. I love it. Again, money and the law of attraction. Okay, next. Wheels of Life. Wheels of Life. Now this kind of reminds me, it's another book. Is it Human Design? I'm trying to remember. Is it Human Design? This right here is a very, very good book. Currently, I am going through it again. It's so many different pieces to it. A classic guide to the chakra system. Wheels of Life, the classic guide to the chakra system, by Anodia Judith, PhD, doctor. So you can tell and by the way, this book was at Goodwill. Yes, it was. It was at Goodwill. And I wish I could take it somewhere so I probably can take it to, like, if not school box, I probably can take it to Staples somewhere so they can fix this part, because I need my book. I'm telling y'all, when I read books, I be going through them. I don't hold back, okay? Honey, I guess it in. All right, so to read the table of contents, I'm just going to give you all, okay. In the wheel turns, chakra 1, earth, chakra 2, water, chakra 3, fire, and it goes on. So this is the wheels of life. For some reason I want to say there is, I don't know, I think because the wheels of life, human design is on my mind. Some reason. This is a very, very, very good book. Extremely good. All of these self-help books, and like I said, I have so many other ones, so many other great ones that are not in this. And I'm pretty sure when I get ready to do another book haul on what I'm reading, it can either be on becoming a millionaire, manifestation, self-help would be under manifestation, self-care. I have some more. I have so many books. Okay. Next, another goodie by Esther and Jerry Hicks. I told you I love Esther and Jerry Hicks. If you name a book, I'm pretty sure I have it or it's on my list to make sure I get it. And I'm hoping, it is my hope I attract the book at Goodwill. This book is called The Amazing Power of Deliberate Intent. The Amazing Power of Deliberate Intent. Living the Art of Allowing. It's another thing, you know. I don't want to go into it because I want you all to read. I want you all to get in the habit of falling in love reading, because reading takes you on a journey, okay? It's not a destination. It's a journey, because once you're done with the masterpiece, you're supposed to begin to apply some of that. Now, some of y'all got to read it again and again and again and again and again. There's nothing wrong with it. It's nothing wrong with reading it more than once. I don't know where we get this from. I don't know if it's because academia from K to 12. It's like if you read something, if you repeat something, you're bad because you're repeating a grade or something. I don't know. If you do your homework again, it's because you failed. I don't know if that kind of stuck with us and we feel you're a failure. No, actually, you're reinforcing yourself and you're putting more into your soul, in that soul area, right? You're feeding your soul. You're reinforcing. It's just like your mom telling you or your father telling you you're beautiful, you're smart, you're kind, the list goes on, right? So reading over and over, if it's good, it's optimistic, it's beautiful, the results will begin to show, right? So this is called The Amazing Power of Deliberate Intent, Living the Art of Allowing. Esther and Jerry Hicks. Good stuff, good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, table of contents. All right. A new way of looking at life. Your every preference is heard and answered. You are a powerful, leading edge creator. There's great satisfaction in deliberate creation. The art of allowing your deliberate intent. Your amazing power of deliberate intent. You are here with deliberate intent. You came here expecting to produce new desires, and it just goes on. The Amazing Power of Deliberate Intent, Living the Art of Allowing by Esther and Jerry Hicks. Okay. All right. The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. I was able to score this at Target. As Oprah would say, Target, you get a book, you get a book, you get a book. The 48 Laws of Power. From the author of The Art of Seduction by Robert Greene. You know, there are laws. There are laws to I try to stay away from saying the word rich, because there's a difference between rich and wealth. My soul, my heart, my desire, my vision, my intention is to become wealthy, right? And that's for philanthropic purposes and reasons. However, I do want a lifestyle. I'll be lying. I do want a lifestyle. Why would I just give all of me and not save some for me, for happiness for me? You know, I want to bring happiness and joy, completion, and all of that great stuff to others, but I also want to be complete too, right? So my pyramid, of course, the foundation is the philanthropic work. The right side of the pyramid is lifestyle, and the travel is, and the left side is travel. I might have these confused, but you get what I mean. It's the pyramid. So the bottom is philanthropic work, the right side, and the left side is travel, and it's lifestyle and travel. So the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. Very good book. Table of contents. Okay. Never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use enemies. Conceal your intentions. Always say less than necessary. And the list goes on. 48 Laws of Power, because you know you do need some power, okay? Everybody has power. Basically what I'm saying is everybody has an asset. Everybody has some strengths within them. You have some inner strengths. You need to tap into that to find out what they are. Everybody has the power. Some people's power is a little different than others. Okay, next. I got this book at Goodwill, and when I saw it, I was like, this is a very good book. The Possible Human, a course in enhancing your physical, mental, and creative abilities by Jean Houston, co-author of The Mind Games. Again, The Possible Human, a course in enhancing your physical, mental, and creative abilities by Jean Houston, co-author of Mind Games. And I'll read some of the table of contents. I just thought this was a phenomenal book. I said, I gotta get this book. Because it takes you back to the foundation that goes back to me deconstructing who I am and to prepare for the next 25, 50 on up years, right? So in order to do that, I gotta go into all areas. So to simplify for you all, we're talking about, as they would say, mental, emotional, financial, spiritual, you know, that. We're talking about those areas, okay? So here we go. Awakening the body exercises. Okay, awakening the body, the ideal body, contacting your body wisdom, awakening the senses, awakening the brain, awakening the memory. Oh yeah, this is gonna be good. That's when you read other things to support this. Let's see something. You have awakening your evolutionary history, the art of high practice, the creative realms of inner space. This is a very, very good book. Yes, The Possible Human, a course in enhancing your physical, mental, and creative abilities. Yeah. Got this from Goodwill. Okay, last. Human design. Discover the person you were born to be. Human design. And that goes back to what I have been diligently working on. I'm not finding myself. Somebody had to correct me. I'm not going to find me. I'm creating Makeba. Creating Makeba. And I feel so good about it. And for some reason, the word that keeps standing out the most, besides philanthropic work, besides traveling, and besides lifestyle, beautiful. I want everything around me to be beautiful, peaceful, refreshing. Oh, it's like living in bliss, just beautiful. And I'm not resisting it. I'm not shying away from it. I'm not fighting it. I'm resisting the masculinity practices. And when I say masculinity practices, I'm talking about the masculine work habits, work ethics. I'm changing it to soft life. And I'm not necessarily talking about soft life where I'm talking about self-care and being bourgeois and prissy and a goddess per se. Although that's what my shirt has on it. I'm a goddess. I'm not necessarily talking about that. When I say beautiful. I'm talking about being feminine at my highest. And this is not necessarily about being on my YouTube channel and showing all femininity. No, it's about me actually living day to day and mastering it and falling in love and being my authentic self and being that woman I was created to be, right? I'm creating that because it's who I am. And I'm tapping into areas, right? I'm exploring, discovering areas, but I'm creating. Now that I know life is about having choices and options and things of that nature, you know, you can create who you are, right? Beautiful. And that's why I want it to be beautiful. Just want it to be so beautiful. And this book right here, perfect timing. Human Design, Discover the Person You Were Born to Be, by Chetan Parkin. Chetan, Chetan Parkin. A revolutionary new system revealing the DNA of your true nature. Human Design. I said, this is perfect. Now, there are other beautiful books I have that's aligned with this, right? But that goes back to what I was saying. These books were very easy for me to grab, right? For me to just grab right quick. Because I don't even have Catherine Ponder in here. I don't even have Les Brown in here. I don't even have Tony Robbins in here. I have so many books. And you're going to have the privilege in the near future when I get ready to actually say, you guys, I'm doing my library and I'm going to go through my books. Now, you probably won't see me actually put the books in my library. You may see me read in there in the future or something like that. But I do want to go through all my books and start kind of separating them. And I feel that that would be good. You know, that would be a real series, you know, a lot of parts to that. A lot of parts to it. So I just thought, why not end with Human Design? Why not end with Human Design? Why not? By Chetan. Hopefully I'm pronouncing this right. Chetanparkyn. So let me give you all some of the table of contents of this beautiful masterpiece. Meet yourself, the energy within. You know what? Since they only have 8, I'm going to give you all of the table of contents. Meet yourself, the life chart, the energy within, the 9 centers, engaging with life, the 5 types, honoring your authority, making wiser decisions, uniquely you, the 36 channels, gates of truth, the 64 gates, designing, profiling, the 12 profiles, living your design, bringing it all together. Yes, yes, yes. Love this. Free downloadable. Free, and I get a free, and I'm able to get a free downloadable chart software. Yes. This is really, this is what it's about. Just discovering you, you know. We give 12 years to education to prepare us to go out here and be productive in society and build community and give back to community and create family. You know, you learn all of that, you know, from Eccleston theory to, come on, and the list goes on, right? From your tweens to your teens, and you go to you give so much for that. Just be able to be productive. Why not give time to you? You know what I mean? And that's why I'm adding my life, just giving time to myself. I say, why not do that? And there's nothing wrong with it. It's nothing wrong with creating me in Human Design. What more could a person ask for, right? And we'll do this again. I have some more goodies. I have some more. I think the next one I want to do, I know I have a video coming out on self-help. I mean, not self-help, on self-care. I have that. And I think I want to do a video on some of the older writers, like more like on the level of Napoleon Hill. I think that would be good, so you all can understand how I have elevated this, how I've aims higher with it. You know, like Tyler Perry say, higher is waiting. So it's like the foundation will be like the Bible, of course, first. Okay, let's be authentic. And then you have another level of it, and then another level of it. But the Bible never goes anywhere. And if you've never read your Bible, I highly recommend for you to do that, because in the Bible, now that's if you read the Bible, you know, everybody has their own thing. It'll teach you a lot too. You'll be surprised what you may learn, right? So yeah, I think I'll do that. I think I'll create a video besides the self-help, because it's a reason why I keep talking. I mean, self-care. It's the reason why I'm bringing up self-care, because I have a video coming out on self-care. Because all of this, it seems like it's fluid right now. It may seem to come off as being fluid, like I'm just all over. But it's a reason why it's being presented the way it's being presented. Because if you think about it, let's look at it like this. You get up in the morning, and the first thing you do is pray. It's part of the Bible, right? Anything spiritual, I have books on that. Spirituality, books on spirituality, I have books on meditating, you name it. So you get ready to journal, I have a series of books on journaling. You get ready to do your affirmations, I have books on affirmations. You want to make wealth. You see what I mean? So you're physically doing the massive work, but you're still keeping yourself in that learning, being that student. Although you are the teacher to your life, but you're still learning. You're still getting that reinforcement, because it's so significant. You want to do that. You want to do that. You want to have that reinforcement, especially when you're not around people. They're not really encouraging you. They're not a prayer warrior. They're not the kind of person constantly say, let's get up and make this happen. You're not a go-getter. You know, if you got a low frequency kind of person around you, or you're around people that are low frequency, you gotta really be in full throttle with this thing. We're talking about, you gotta get up before they do. You gotta get yourself, prepare yourself. You know, it's like the NFL on the Sunday. No, I don't know much about football, you know, but I'm just saying, I know they do a lot of aggression. You get what I'm saying? It's like the military. They don't want nothing to infiltrate. You get what I mean? It's like an actor or actress. You ain't gonna catch them messing up on those lines. They gonna repeat that stuff, put it on. They're gonna go to sleep saying their script. So the point that I'm trying to say is, like, if you know you're in a position and you got this thing where you're like, it's time for me to manifest. Get a book. You can start with human design. And you can start your little small collection, or you can just go get you one book and start there. Right? It is my hope that you make that decision. So yes, it is my hope that you take action. You get what I'm saying? And you go out there and you go after your dreams and do the work, because that's what it's going to require. Just do the work. And when you do the work, you'll feel good about where you are. We're all manifesting. I manifested this to this moment right now. I manifested, you know what I mean, by putting myself in a position. I've been working on my home library, and it's bigger than me having a home library. It's about me reading, implementing, and sharing. You know, each one teach one. You know, we're all in this. We are all in this together. So as I progress, I want to set an example. You get what I mean? I want to be that example. I really want to be that example. I don't want to hoard it just for me, and it's only for me. It's lonely at the top. It's lonely. You know, I don't want to be wealthy and lonely. No, that is not my desire. So hopefully the young lady, young man, person my age or older, when you see this video, it is my hope that you see and feel the transparency that I'm coming with, love and respect, truth and honesty. That you can see the bigger picture. You know what, Makeba? I'm on the journey too. And either it's something big, small, either something big, small, doesn't matter. Your manifestation could be massive, or it could be something simple as a new refrigerator. Who knows? But it's my hope that you receive everything I said on this video out of love. My name is Makeba Williams, coming out of beautiful Atlanta. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share your manifestation journey.